ongoing. And I believe President Weah had a good reception from both Mr. Cummings and his wife and his family. Let me just say. On the other hand, where we were told was when Omer Bwaka went over there asking for Mr. Cummings' support, and this is something that all of us need to think about. When people come out and say, oh, this percent, that percent, you left your home and went to that percent to go ask for support of that percent. Okay. That means there was more than you are saying, or there is more than you are saying. But you know the story, I don't the story. So here we go. Both of the political party in the leadership went over there to go ask for the support. And UP was mad that Alexander Cummings did not endorse Joseph Boakai because they all were in CCP. Now here it is. They were. In fact, from the onset, some of us told Mr. Cummings, and I'm going to say in the words that I said to him, I told him, those are sharks. Those are people that will take the breath of your lungs, if they must, to come back to power. We know that this other group is not doing what they're supposed to do, what they promised to do, what the philosophy is, okay? But these people were not people to deal with. But because he feels at the time that he could bring and unify the people, okay? Mr. Brunsky asked him, Boakai asked him, and I can speak to them because I know for a fact that Alexander Cummings and Joseph Boakai were friends because I've hosted them together before. I led the entourage before to other places, a meeting with like Victor Hill, the former sheriff of Fortune County, and all of these people. So I knew, and that's why I provided the video that you guys saw when he went to court and put his hand on the Bible and said that he didn't know Mr. Cummings. Okay, I'm saying this, I'm just bringing this somewhere to bear. Okay, because I hear some of you are asking all of these questions. All right, and he asked the man if the man would support him. And the man asked him, how do you want me to support you when you try to destroy me? He told Mr. Cummings he was not the one, it was Benedict Urick. But he went to court. He was willing to sit and testify. Okay. Mr. Cummings is about Liberia. It's about the betterment of Liberia. But let's start this conversation with his wordings. Okay. This is in closing of the statement that was made. Equality, democracy, social justice, and inclusive development are not optional. They are our charge to keep. We must invest in our people, and our people will develop their country. That is the Big Ten mentality, and that's what we all must employ. Okay, but before I play that, I like to reach out. I have family from Ghana. My sister-in-law is who give my family two beautiful young people now, children, my nephew and my niece. And I have other family members. My siblings grew up in Ghana, and so on. And I have sisters that I've built over the years that are Ghanaians. And the former president of the Ghanaian community, when I was president of the community, supported me with, he was very supportive and still is. Randomly, he calls and check on me. He always was set up for us to have lunch and talk about the two community. I have done. But besides, Ghanaians, our brothers and sisters. If we remove the imperial borders, we are the same empire, the same culture per se. So once they are struggling, I mean, we're struggling. Until we as African come to that realization and say we are our brother's keepers, the imperialists will continue to divide us and tell us we don't belong together. Okay, so I will play the video of Mr. Cummings later on his speech, but I like to play this leadership in action. I like to show John Mahama. This is leadership. You can tell a man who is prepared, the man who came to the presidency to serve his people, to leave a mark, to have value, to make his people believe that they're worth it, that their government is here to serve them. Now, when I show him, I will show the representative, then I will compare our country. Okay, so let me play this. This is President Mahama. We have no copyright to this video. It is the news channel. You see the name right there, Ghana Where. This is Ghana. So that is Ghana president visually assessing, okay, with the interior affair officer, I don't know all of the people that are making an assessment, giving a visual of what is happening to his people. The last I checked, there were about 10 million set aside, okay, to help the people. Now, the last time we were in that type of flood in Liberia, our leaders were having a party. Okay, this is Ghana. This is leadership in action. Now, let me say to you, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to play another one, okay, with one of the lawmakers whose district were also flooded. Liberians, I want you to share this, to listen and see what is required of your leaders. You don't hire them to become rich. You do not hire them to be their slave. You do not hire them for them to pay your brothers and sisters for you to turn against each other. You do not hire them to solve their problem first. You do not hire them for you to pour over when they are running late, okay, and kick you off the road. You hire them because you knew those who came before didn't fix that. You change government so as to bring a new government in that will see what change needs to take place because they told you it is. For instance, there is no reason for your lawmakers, okay, to create a detour. Like for instance, put a what do you call it, a ferry on the Du River that go around the perimeters of Montserrat to make it easier. Because if you put a ferry on the Du River, okay, rainy season, dry season, it will still ride. It will still ride. All right? There will not be a bottleneck of traffic. If you pull, okay, 5 ferry, or let's just say 3 ferry on the Du River, all right, that runs every hour from downtown Monrovia to maybe close to the Bush Road Island, wherever, how far it is, okay? and then all the way up to the other side that can connect with the Farmington. All right, there you go. You don't have to pour over. If you hire somebody who understands that you can build a road on the side of the ocean that goes around Monrovia all the way to Brewerville, the back inside of Brewerville, almost into Sierra Leone, okay? Because that road passed there. I've been there before. The essence of leadership is to solve problems, not to self-enrich. That was John Muhammad. So let me show you one of the lawmakers in the street, in the water, okay? Looking for her people, finding solution. This woman does not make $2,500 a month. The lawmaker in Ghana don't make $2,500 a month. I want you people to understand this. So let's look at this woman. Let's look at the lawmaker. While you're fighting for yours, okay? You're fighting for yours. Why you ain't got school fees? Here we go. Listen here.
If we can just engage you briefly. I know you're in a pensive mode trying to assess the situation, but what has been your assessment since you've been here? This is Channel One.
So I want to stop a little bit. You hear the tone of this young man that asking this question. You see his demeanor. He's not attacking. He's not answering the question. He's not accusing. He's asking so this lady can elaborate, so the citizen can understand. Okay, first coming to here, he identify who she is. So let's go ahead and listen.
It's been quite devastating. I mean, the rainfall has been quite torrential, to put it mildly, but the flooding is on a level that I don't think we've witnessed before. We've had the police, the fire service, the 48 engineers and the Navy, as well as the fishermen who came over from Musu and brought their canoes to help in the rescue efforts. Unfortunately, there are some people who are refusing to leave their premises, and some are saying because they are afraid that there'll be looting if they leave their premises. But there's also a fire that's raging through the Odona market, which seems to be out of control. But unfortunately, the fire service is not able to access the location because the flood water is quite deep, and it's quite devastating to actually see. I think this is an issue that certainly I'll have to raise on the floor of Parliament, but I think it's obvious enough that there's an issue, and I have no doubt that the government is going to actually act on this quite urgently, because the mandate of NADMO is to be able to deal with all of these as an agency that should be coordinating all the other agencies in a situation like this. They do need the resources, and I think that we have to be able to approve the budget that is.
Again, we have no copyright to this. I will put this account on the link so you can have it, so you can listen to it completely, because it's not my video. I strongly believe in people intellectual property to give credit to that. Okay, so you see here. Now, what I want you to capture from here, then you can go on and listen later, is this. Okay, what did she say? We're going to raise this on the floor. There need to be emergency relief. There already is emergency relief the last I checked on the internet. Okay, and that's why I thought to talk about this. Another thing is, what did she say? 48 engineers, okay, because they have to make an assessment to find out the cause of the flooding. They have to see the water level. These are people into structure, in people who are into development, the engineers, city building. We call those people, okay, we call them the geniuses of society. That's what we call engineers, okay? We call them the geniuses of society. Now, one of the shooters, she mentioned the fire service. She also mentioned the army bringing in boats and rescuing some of the people, okay? That is real-time leadership in action. That's what when we talk to you, that's what we talk about. Because we have studied, we have lived where government function. Me, yeah, Cindy Martin, okay? Almost what? 20 years ago, maybe 1996, we were in a tornado. We were on the first floor. I have just come from school, okay? I was doing my finishing my undergrad degree. And I was up at night because I was working about 2 jobs. All right, my people were in Ivory Coast in Ghana. So when I come from school, I have to sit up, try to finish my work because I have to get up in the morning and go to work. My little brother had just come, Papi had just come. And I had a son with me, okay? So I'm up studying, and what we are told, the moment you hear a tornado, it's already gone. It had passed. It's almost like supersonic. By the time you hear it had already done the damage. And I didn't listen to radio that night coming home. So when I just heard the roof coming down, I have to take my son, my brother, put them in the bathtub, cover them with everything that we have. Everything started breaking down. We have to go underneath the stairs with the rest of the neighbors. The U.S., what do you call it? It's not the Army. It's not the National Guard. They came out with a loudspeaker that we should not come outside because, and first responders, because there were live current line. They don't want anybody to be executed. So we have to stay there until they can come and see us and make sure we were okay. That's leadership in action. We hire people. The reason everybody cannot lead is the people that we hire have to be better than us. They have to think more than us, okay? They have to think more than us. But if you watch the video, the young man who is talking have already got the information. He did an analysis where they're telling him the cost of the floor is and where it started from and how they have not seen. You heard the lawmaker talking. Did you hear her blaming anybody? No. But she said they have to get to the bottom of it. They have never seen a floor like this before. That was a lawmaker out in the ring, in the floor, okay? Talking to her people. That woman have been walking the street. If there are other videos, that is leadership in action. Now, let me explain to some of you as I'm talking. I see people, I'm posting on my page. Before I come to the Liberia story, the drug story, the border story, the 10 million project in Foya story, the drug that was caught with Boaka's son friend who they pour out story, and the story of the lady who they say she was having drug in her house, and LDA was busting down her door, recording her naked. That's not the role of the government. But you got the King brothers, okay? And Liberian people are talking, while Liberian officials are making videos to talk about nonsense, okay? I'm going to also show you what Traore has done in 3.5 years and what is possible. And I will also tell you, those of you who think something is possible, Mandani in New York, when he was running, 6 months before the election, he was at 1%. People didn't even want to talk to him. People thought it was impossible for him to win. The Jewish people run New York when it comes to money. They own Wall Street. They own the newspaper. They own the radio station. They own your AI. Even your porno site, they own it. Today, everybody here that he put up won. Because the first 90 days, what he said he would do, He has done it. He's working. He's not sleeping. He's not sitting in office. He's availing himself. He focused on the American people, on the New Yorker. He has done something extraordinary that in the last maybe 30 years, no other New York mayor had done. He had not packed to go to Israel to kiss the wall, the Wailing Wall, that's what they call it. He has not. That lady does not make $2,500 a month. In Ghana, you go to serve. Today, I have to call to check on my family people who are Ghanaians, my friends. I have a little sister named Yvonne. I've known her for over 25 years, almost 30 years. And we are close. To check on her parents in Ghana. Now, I see some of you, you will talk, but you will not talk to me directly. Here's why you will not talk. You will never, most of you will never talk to me directly. I see some first-year little boys and girls come under my post. What you know about Liberian culture, majority of you are lost. This generation in Liberia is the lost generation. You know why? You literally grew up on the hustle. You grew up taking care of yourself. What you know is most of your people that you mimic are killers. They're rapists. They're liars. Okay? They're rogues. They will do anything to be in power. They will make sacrifices with your children and give you rice and give you t-shirt and lie to you with promise. You don't know about culture. I do. You want to know about me? Some of you, come to me directly. Don't throw in. I told you, I will match every energy, but I will match it, okay, eloquently, and I will be intentional. And the essence of my matching will be to educate you, okay? I will come down to you and I will lift you up and I will face you face to face and tell you, let me tell you something. This woman who face shine like this at almost 60 years old are my birds. Yeah, you heard me. My mom can listen here. So y'all will tell you, my siblings can listen here. My uncle there on the platform with me. So they will tell you if I'm telling you the truth. Are my birds. I knew how to climb on top of the molehill in the middle of the farm and pull the stream with all the can on it, with the rocks in it to drive the birds or even drive the deers that were coming in. We woke up in the morning at kiss, they call it mano flimo, that you're going to clear the road of the water. Okay? It's a different kind of parenting in Africa. For what I know now, I would never put, but our people did the best they know how. The reason I continue to talk is because we have learned, we know better. We know children are vulnerable. We know children are the future. We know children must be taught differently. They must be protected differently because they can't defend themselves. Because when we invest in our children now, when we get old and we become the children, they are supposed to be prepared to take care of us if we invest in them. That's why I talk. You heard me posting about Jeremiah Kum. I know all the payroll, Gina, they were setting in other places and collecting money. Who have no morals, who don't understand the essence of Howard, who don't know, don't care if our people are struggling. A young man graduating from college, tell me, the hundreds of young people that graduated a few days, what a percentage of them that will land a job, that will take the family out of poverty, that don't have to compromise themselves, that don't have connection, that will be based on meritocracy. How many of them? So let me tell you. And I will say that, you excuse me for a second, I will say this one in manner. What is it, Yasini? Go nima kante. Ke ndazida, benzida, le kulegbemo. Baide. Me anu baide ke. There no daka biayi. Me and no baby care, they do a dark agbiai. In no pieke, can see don't agbiai. Jeremiah kuma baby me can naka. Una gay. Dia okay election kapia. O me see that ide ke age ide deba. Nema kante quasi we de kwa we dokaba leto ke quasi ke aka leto le de bay eke senator ka nene because lo gbe ayi lu o be wa lo gbe ayi lu o be ozuwa wa lo gbe ayi lu o be wa lo gbe ayi le neke so una kun amo. No, let me say what I said to you. I just telling you a nephew in our culture cannot summon his uncle. The uncle is the father of the house. Who the hell are you to try to summon the nephew? You know what this is to me? Our people are compromising. People, little boys who are lost, don't know who they are for low dollar, that are coming on my post to ask me, what do you know about our culture? Let me tell you what I know about our culture. I come from a long line of Zoes. Maybe you don't know that. I am a great niece of Johnny Voka, the first senior senator in Nimakante, who will step in front of Todman and say whatever he wants us to say. The land that we have, Todman's signature is on it. In fact, he refused to surrender his land. He said, you can't, my grandpa was the one who said the law of liberty matters here. You can't come to my land and say, I can't own it, but you have to own it. So let me say to you, according to Jeremiah Kuhn, during the last election that brought Koga to power, where he sabotaged everybody that tried to run. And he said the seed for Gio people, it must be for Gio people. Jeremiah Kuhn, divine our people. He must take that division to Grand Coup, that where he comes from. He said women cannot occupy that seat. That is a lie in Nimakante. If so woman can take any seat, or white can take any seat, or white is a woman who goes between both men and women, who can go into the polar bush and go into the center bush. If you want to have a conversation about culture, let me tell you something. When my biological mother passed and I went home, they made order. I've already told them a long time ago, I did not want to be a part. I don't. I did not want to. Why? I respect the culture. Why? I respect the tradition. I'm a different woman now. I respect it. I think it's what has kept us together. It's what kept our sanity. That what kept the cohesion of our community. It reverence who we are. And I respect that. When I go home, I still follow those rules. When I go home and see, you know, in America, I had this conversation in my first psychology class when in the early 90s, when I started college here. And they had, so law enforcement came to our school and they were talking to, and at the time there were a lot of refugees coming to like America from Laos and all of those places. And they were telling us the different behavior where they suspect somebody being a criminal, when you can look in somebody's face and talk, when you can do, because in America, they anticipate that when somebody's talking to you and you're upfront or you're truthful, you should be able to look directly at the person and speak. And I have to literally put my hand on and tell them, well, we have to look at the cultural aspect. Okay. And that's why in business, in international business or in cultural study or what they call it, cross-border studies, okay, you have to learn culture to be able to relate the different culture, places that you're going to do business. And I told them, I said, well, in my culture, okay, you are not supposed to look at adults in their eyes when you speak to them, or you're not supposed to look at powerful people in their eyes. You're supposed to lower your face, okay? And people were shocked to hear that time, America, especially Georgia, were not as open as it is. That's when people were still calling African people African booty scratcher. You can sleep in a tree and all of these things. Okay. And I have to make that known. People started asking me, how is that? And I told the people, I can look straight in your face if I wanted to and tell you what I wanted to tell you. And I can look down and be honest with you, because we are shaped by our environment. Okay? That's what they call nurture to nature. That is the difference. We are born different way, and then we learn to become who we are. So majority of what our children are practicing is a learned behavior. Today, I listened to Abdul Asayid. There is young man, a doctor, a medical doctor. I think he went to school to be a neurologist and is practicing. And he said when Bill Clinton was running, Bill Clinton asked him, they were running, supporting Clinton, and he was in a place that Clinton showed up. Clinton asked him and said, after he spoke and asked a question, he said, "You're very eloquent. You're going to be a politician." He said, "I can't. I'm going to medical school." He said, "Why are you going to medical school?" He said, "Somebody like me cannot be a politician. I have a funny name. I am brown. Okay? And I come from here, I come from there." He said, until Obama became president, he saw a guy from a mixed background like him. He saw a brown man like him. He saw a black man become president of the United States. It gave him hope. Now that he knows that can happen. You see, he has proof. He has comparable. Although he didn't believe it was possible, but it took that woman, I keep telling you about one person, to bring. The reason a majority of us, especially those of us who have paid our dues, those of us who truly, truly believe in the Flower March of Liberia, believe that it would take one man, once the Liberian people have been given an opportunity to experience true leadership, okay, real leadership in action, okay, and agile leadership, a leadership that is by service. Liberians would never want to go back there, because this is where our children are. That's why they were brought up. So when you come up to me and say, what am I trying to prove? I'm trying to tell you, Jeremiah Kun is a liar. I'm trying to tell you, Jeremiah Kun is divine, our candidate. And Jeremiah Kun did not win the election. Had it not been for Prince Johnson, he does not have that cloud. And he feeling that Nimba is turning against it. And then I come and say to you, because the way he treated Nimbadians. When the election was won, many of us came together. People reach out to me and say, yeah, Jeremiah Kuna, your brother, go ahead and call him. I say, you're not my brother, that's my son, that's my sister's son, because it's my nephew. So he can be my brother. He's not my brother. My father's children, my uncle's children will be my brother and sister based on our culture. That's my first cousin. So my second cousin cannot be my brother. That's my son. Okay, that's our culture. Your sister children, okay, that's your nephew. That's your sons. Okay, now my brothers, two brothers' children are siblings based on our culture. You know, my people used to say, the child automatically belongs to the father in our culture. And the reason I'm talking this because Jeremiah Kun started it. So y'all stop it. And that's why I'm educating you. I don't talk because I want to talk. And people come on my post, you will not talk this, you will not talk that. Let me tell you something. Because you're not part of the culture. The anthropologists are not part of your culture, but they learn about you. People who do behavior study, they're not part of your game, but they studied it. And they see proof, so they apply it. And it works so far. Okay? Now, anyone in my country that got question for me, you can call my name and I will address you. I don't mind. I will address you. Yes, Europeans, you're ungrateful. Women is not my guy. Has not been. But he also my guy because he's an Ibadian and he's a Liberian. Womope has put everything on the line for UP. He has fought for UP. In fact, Womope went against Ellen Johnson Sirleaf for Pape Boaka and led the charge and never left. Even you can tell when he was on spoon, he was trying to keep some things so as not to destroy what he has helped build. So as not to. Where Jeremiah coming from? Jeremiah was with NDR. He denounced them to get his job. He collected money from people, lying to them. He sabotaged Garrison Yelu during the election. And somebody asked, you're all under my post. Where do I want? I want equity. I want ethical behavior. I want leaders who walk their talk. I want leaders who respect other people in a jurisdiction. I want leaders who are selfless, who are the focus is of the Liberian people. That's what I want. I want a man who is not from Makani, who was taken in by my people to respect our culture and respect our will and not divide us. We suffer enough. During the war, we suffer. My name, being Yah was a problem, just like being maybe a door was a problem or we was a problem. It was a problem. Even coming to the U.S., being in Georgia, when we wanted to run for the EULA, I still have the text where a group of people in this town, they wrote and published it and said Nibadians and Granjida should never participate in EULA or in any Liberian organization because they were rebels and they were killers. We earned that. We survive. So we don't want anybody to come and divide us. Jeremiah is right there. And like you're attacking Koga. Y'all know I came for Koga. And I will still come for him when he's wrong. They're sending people to attack Koga. What are you attacking him for? Oh, because he didn't allow you to put him in your backside? Okay? And what people used to say, my great uncle Johnny Voka used to say, my hair is too big to fit in any man backside. I know the African leaders like to go get the medicine and put everybody's tongue in their head and the sense in their backside. We know the story. All of y'all know the story. Whether you believe it or not, that's the problem. For me, for studying different religion and culture, animism and all of that, anything is possible. That's a universal belief in other things. Okay, and I'm not speaking from ignorant. I'm talking from studies. I'm talking from belief that is a curse. That's what I'm talking about. So, folks, if you are here, thank you for being here. Sis Rebecca, thank you for being here. I can see, I will ask you to please share the video. My 1 hour is not enough when I come here. But I wanted to end with Alexander Cummings, how you call it. And I will be on Jeremiah Kum. Now, what you people are doing is you people are watering down the honorary degree in Liberia. Number one, I'm going to ask, and I know I'm going to bust a lot of bubbles here because everybody that got for their own colleges. When I applied to go get a terminal program, and everywhere that I've gone to school, okay, hey, Asara, a master's degree holder cannot manage somebody doing a PhD. I see Liberia say they're giving PhD. I'd like to know how many subjects you will be giving PhD in. How many of your professors have PhD? I know on Continue and L, you got people teaching in master's degree and teaching people with master's program. I did a master's, and everybody that was teaching that master program, they had a DR to their name. I wanted to stop at that. You're giving the last time, the moment George Weah became president, you're getting honorary degree. George Weah being Liberia all this while. He plays sports. He got the Ballon d'Or. Y'all say he helped Liberian for all over the world. Before, y'all did not honor him, getting an honorary degree until we're in power, so you can suffer him. So even the academia, the education system in Liberia is flawed and corrupt. I don't want to say so. I'm not pointing at any particular university because y'all will come for me and y'all come for me, I will come for you. I don't care what you think. Okay? I just want to tell you that. The truth will speak and will stand the test of time. That's the way I see it. Okay? Jeremiah Kuhn has said from his own mouth, I don't know how he went to school to get a degree. I don't know, it's just for the fun of it. Okay? Jeremiah Kuhn said he does not like educated people. Educated people are too technical, they're too complex. They like to analyze, they like to think deeply. He just wants people he can tell what to do and to go ahead and do. That's why Jeremiah Kuhn is using the young children of Nima County, wherever, okay, to try to divide the county. Okay? I'm saying that. It says Valerie. Yes. That's what Jeremiah Kuhn said. That's why he encouraging the young people. He gave them few money. They don't have to ask questions. They're in survival mode. They're keeping our children so they're in survival mode. So they can pull them by their nose. Whatever they tell them, so they can do it. They're not creating opportunities for them. Girl left college on campus to come for the summer. She already had a job. She already had a job. Line up anyone she want to do. All her friends got jobs for the summer. Why she take summer classes from home? Then I see there's a post that they wrote that Jeremiah Kuhn say you may not call him doctor. He's not a doctor. Honorary degree are not preface, they're not academic. They're honorary degree. If you must use that, then you must make a disclaimer and let people know this is an honorary degree. It does not judge Jeremiah Kuhn. I'm just telling the whole Liberian population. Obama got over 15 honorary degrees. He got no, what do you call it? The Peace Prize. He was a professor, constitutional professor. He was a community organizer. His work speaks for himself. He was the first Black for the law review of his university. All of you know where is that. He went to a public school. Let's get that right. Okay? So when y'all come and ask, so Jeremiah Kuhn is not being humble. Jeremiah Kuhn is sneaky. Somebody, if you ask, what do you want? I want the truth. If Jeremiah Kuhn does what is right, I will support him. But everything that's happening in Nima County, it is him. He wants Nima people to bow to him. The father cannot be asking, the child cannot be asking the father to worship him. We made you. We held you as our son, our sister child, and lifted your hand because you will believe that you were going to look back. That's what you promised, and you failed. We know you and your group and your Lebanese people and your foreigners are buying the whole of our land. We know that. But there will be a day of reckoning. You're losing grip. The people that you are supposed to put your hand around, you're sabotaging them. So yes, some of you who want to come for me, you don't even understand your own damn culture. Some of you were born right here. Set your butt down right here and work in your country. You won't go to Liberia, we welcome you. But do the work, then get the pay. Don't sit around and pretend that you're expert in something and you're not. You ask me, every field that I study, I work in more than a decade. Yes, you can call me an expert. I study history. I have an MBA. That's the cream de la cream of business school. No. And for a country girl born behind the house on banana leaf, no. I've been on both sides because I have children here, 4 here, where they take the child out of you. The hospital got their own clothes that they put on, diaper that they put on, cleaner that they put on, milk in the bucket for the child. Then you don't ask you for anything. I've been on every side because I have children here. Where your husband is in the room, wrapping your hair, the doctor, the nurses are telling you it'll be okay. If you back hair, somebody is there to rub it. But I also been on the other side where the women are yelling at the other woman who is pushing that child and say, do it. Your friend, the men are listening. And the men are sitting outside, especially coming from Nimakante. When you're born, when that woman is yelling, the men are out there yelling. And they're telling you, women, telling you when you're opening your leg, you are not yelling. Do it so we can go home. The child have to be here. You have to leave. And they're talking to you like that. Sometimes they're slapping you. Yes. 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 I told you I come from a long line of Zoes. I'm named after Mainisini, one of the powerful Zoes from Seclipier. And my mother happened to be a Seni too. Seni are reserved for beautiful people. Yeah, like me. Not physically though, mentally. Warm heart, caring, but strong. So when you come for me, come and ask the question. If you want to learn, I will educate you. I've not forgotten my culture. I'm not forgetting who I am. I was born. I know how to clean. We used to clean our backside with banana leaf. Or on the tree called Bolo. That's a tree in the forest. It's very smooth. Very smooth. Okay? Yes. So you're not telling me anything I don't know. Don't mind their face, because at one point when you all got ready, oh, the elitists, that Congo woman. If I were Congo woman, and so what? You think that every Congo person are enjoying Liberia? Some Congo people, they have indoor plumbing. They were taking their own stuff out in the place. They were making fun in the backyard. The only thing that separated you and them is their language was English. So what does that have to be? We're all Liberians. So if I were Congo, so what? So let me say to you who want to know. Hey, sweetheart. Okay. I will continue to say, Jeremiah Kun was the reason he won Nima people, the sons of Nimakante, the father of the house that he eating from. You now grab them, put it there in his backside, but you can't put everybody in the backside. That way we can say, I will see how, I will not use the word. You think he can sit on everybody here? Wherever he went, some of all got eyes, some of all got sight, we can see. I ain't got time for that. Those who really know me, you ask them. I don't just make decisions out of emotions. I don't. I analyze situation. I look at people. I can look at somebody one time and the code I cut for them will fit them. There's some people that I tolerate because we say we're on a journey and you need this, you need that. But I ain't got to do it. Most of you who know me, I'm a loner. I'm a February born. I like to be by myself. That's why when you see me, I'm either in my room, in my car. That's the place. I live in a house. That Sunday, my kids will say, Mommy, can we come in? Okay? Sunday, I can say, yeah, don't pick up my phone. That's just me. I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm comfortable being alone. I'm comfortable not having friends. I'm comfortable not even caring if you don't like me. You know what I'm not comfortable with? I'm not comfortable with being dishonest. I'd rather be alone than be dishonest. I'm not comfortable with people who steal. I'm not comfortable with people who are pretentious. I'm not comfortable with people who are disloyal. I'm not comfortable with people who want to take advantage, who are egotistical, and not egotistical to help, but self-centered, egotistical, and arrogant with nothing else behind it, and power greed, and they will even sell their own family for power. You tell Jeremiah Kunde wherever he got locked in that place there to go take care of her. You can carry her, put her in a mental home somewhere. Lord will tell him that I don't want to say so, and I don't give a flip what any of you think. Some of you are in his pocket. You need to worship him. I don't. And I don't care. I don't. What are you going to do? Send people to kill me? What's new? I didn't get killed in 1990. I did attempt many times. So I got this video that I want to play of Koga. Koga, you said as so. Let me send this message. I won't send it live to Wilma Pay. Wilma Pay. That call where the people calling you. You go Nima Kante. Vubana. Don't eat from nobody. Okay? Before people poison you. Those people are desperate. Jeremiah Kum is losing grip on Nima Kante. I started a conversation when those people won. I came right here. I congratulated Bwaka. Okay? Most of you who running around acting and you know Bwaka, 2017, where were you guys? Where were you? Where were you guys when Mr. Cummings were going around advocating for all of them to get face back to UP after the failed 12 years? Where were you guys? Where were you? You run ahead of the line, but you're not changing the people's lives. You're busting down door, videoing Liberian woman naked. They play where you come from. They first water where you drink and take for dignity. But you got people who brought drugs that could destroy the whole nation. And you say they're cooperating. You grab Rocky Raw, a Liberian, a young man who changing your life, even he smoke weed, and so what? There are people in the country in America who legally smoke weed as medicine to calm them. I'm not making excuses for him. You paraded him, sabotage him. The boy had a concert that how he lived that weekend. You kept him in jail. You took 7,000 plus, almost $8,000 out of him. And then you're all and nothing happened. The last time you're arrested, Bwaka's son friend, the next day he was taking picture with Bwaka. You also, you're not in jail. Your grand prophet, he had been in jail. I know so many times. You got killers, people who brought drugs in the country to destroy the country. Walk in the street, you put Prophet Key in jail because you cursed. Today, I saw an American woman on the platform. I think I posted it. Cursing Donald Trump, calling him name, call the what do you call it? JD Vance, all the name above and beyond. That's democracy. I hear Jeremiah Kum. The last time they gave him a job to go and craft an economic policy. What did he put together? You must overtax the people because now they're king. The people just need to work and beg. Whatever they get, they give it to them. Tax them. That's what Jeremiah Kum brought. When there was an outrage from the internet and the community, what happened? Bwaka came back and said they would do away with the taxes. That's Jeremiah Kum plan. That's his economic plan. Okay? They're not selling gasoline in battle. They're not stealing, going to China and printing money and bringing it in. They're not printing your own ballot. They're not going to Romania and bringing people to have them legislative people organs, okay, and get money and get rich overnight. They're not it. You got to be a thinker. That's what it is. I'm talking and I don't give a fick. Jeremiah Kum do his record here. You know, a record, yeah, some of them who coming back, and for the only reason they're coming here, because we got the same kind of people here in power right now. But it's about to shift, and we'll get back to work. About to shift. Next week, we'll be out knocking on doors, talking to people. About to shift. We're about to hold people accountable. That's what we're about to do. Okay? So you can come in the town. Those of you who, this lost generation that were born from the late 80s to where we are today, who most of them were reared by themselves, who grew up on the hustle, okay? I get that. I understand. You didn't have a normal childhood. This is what you know. And it's understandable. Folks share the video. So that's my message to Jeremiah Kun. Yeah, you can go stand on the pulpit. Don't you dare call my name, because I will get up every day and be on your knee. And that way I'll be on your knee. I will be ready about you. So don't you dare. You show up. I will, after that man went out, pour some of his heart out. Jeremiah Kun. When Wilma Pay went on Spoon, and Paul, he didn't talk everything. If you were a leader and you were true Nibadian, okay, and you mean well for the country and the country, you know what you would have done? You would have reached out and said, my brother, I hear what you say. Let's get one or two of our uncle there. Let's sit down and talk. Or you get two of my uncles that you agree with. Let's sit down and talk. If you're Nibadian, you do that. But you're not in Nibadian, go to Grand Crew, that where you come from. We're tired with this nonsense. That's what we're tired with. Go there. But you will not divide us. Me, I can see you. So you can't fool me. That's why you see I don't follow easily. I don't. Ask Musa. Ask Musa about me. My son, yeah. Yeah, let him go to Sano. Go to Sano. Thank you for the correction. And so this day I'm going from Sano, not from Grand Crew. Grand Crew people, I apologize. I'm from part of me from Putu, so that the same southeast. Yeah, man. Yeah. Go to Sano. He said it. I didn't say it. He said it in your own words. He said it in the last campaign. He said it. I didn't say it. You know, we have a saying in Mano. You cannot serve two masters. You have to serve the other one faithfully, and the other one you will shortchange. When you were lollygagging and bringing your stuff in from China and printing ballot, printing whatever you were printing, money and all of that, okay? Whatever you were printing, allegedly. Wilma Pay were helping to build the UP to keep it breathing, standing up for it. You show up. You won't run a government that you say you came to rescue. And you don't want nobody to talk. Jeremiah Kun, remember when you and Thomas Fala, you were not even talking with the Thomas Fala case, okay? With Thomas Fala, when you took that money to Thomas Fala school and divided it, we got recording too. The day will come. So let me say, according to Jeremiah Kun, he said he understands Nimba culture, that women are not supposed to be in second position. And I'm telling Jeremiah Kun, he does not understand Nimba culture. You need to go to Sano. Here it is. In Nimba Canyon, there are certain women that are Zoe, or they're white. That's the name. The white are the women who serve the devil. They belong to both groups. They can dress the devil. They can undress the devil. They can feed the devil. They can make decisions. They're like the center door. They can see outside and inside. Then you have the zoos upon the zoos. But for a young man, in 2025, 2026, to come up and tell us in so many words, women place is to lay on their back, open their leg, and have babies and pass it on. In so many words, he didn't have to say it. That's what he said. That we were intelligent enough in Nima Kante to lead. But guess what? The first female president of the world come from Liberia. It has been proven over and over that women make good leaders. They study out there, the best leaders. In fact, Paul Kagame, to aspire leapfrog his country, he got 80% women as his cabinet members. He got less money for rebuilding Rwanda. Liberia got almost 3 times the amount. You squander it. Jeremiah Kun were on ways and means. They stole our money and built a building in his mother's name. When the story was coming out, he said he gave it to the government. They put money in the budget for things that didn't exist. They signed anything and everything. He was there when no construction contract went. What difference was that going to bring? When he showed up the light on the beer mountain, acting like he didn't know what was going on, but he signed on that contract. He had been part of it. He was part of the Ways and Means. He was part of the legislature. The hell he does not know. So yes. You didn't ask me a question when I was calling out Koga. You didn't ask me that. You didn't ask me when I was calling out the other people. The next person I'm going to come for is the government brat, the former social security worker, May Senator, who even know what's going on. I will come for you. I'm going to hear you put your mouth on Alexander Cummings next time. I'll come for you. But let me play this video. Folks, please share the video. Oh, I see a lot of people here. It says Letty, you're here. Rosa, Toby, Raza, all of you. I'm trying to find this video that I saw today with Koga. It was not too long ago. With Koga talking about Koga, where you? Here it is. I'm going to pull the video and play. This is Koga talking to the Liberian people on the air. Jeremiah Kun is bribing all the radio stations in the Makante. And what you need? Just that one way. This is your old man. I know Jeremiah Kun that you're in law and you're supposed to be a journalist. You see why when Liberian people get old and the government that they're supporting not in power and things happen to them, people just look away because you don't remember how you started. You take over government issue and start going at people. Just that one way. Again, this is the old man Yasendi. We come a long way. I'm watching you. Okay? Keep on keeping on. Keep on talking. Keep on backing wrong because it benefits you. The same thing you were talking about yesterday. I'm going to play this. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm going to play this. Y'all listen here. Liberian people, y'all listen here. This is Jeremiah Kun. This is the Jeremiah. Listen to Koga. Koga don't miss his words. He never have. He's not my guy.
Darcy Yelu at the GC as chairman, who was legitimately appointed, subsequently confirmed, was sacked unlawfully on job. They took the matter to court and they won the case. Some of the colleagues that there and then went to court have gotten their money. Talu did not go to court. The central bank government, the former central bank government, Talu, they pay a full amount The deputy I think, but deputy for operation at Central Bank or Humale PSC, she will also pay off. Zotaun Tatos, the money was partially paid. And the reason why they even paid that Zotaun Tatos money was when they brought the confirmation of Clarence Massacre and all those guys said, well, say you guys have gone to move the men, the president has gone to remove them. And the court ruled that these people should retain their job or they pay them. You have to pay the money before we confirm you. That was the condition in which you were confirmed. So if these people are paid our brother money and not been paid, none of the president is not in the know, none of the vice president is not in the know. They are all in the know. I have process on it. As you speak, do they want Garrison to be roaming around? I'm a senator of the country, and these are my citizens. If I don't talk for them, who will talk for them? Then when I talk, they say, Koga want to bring confusion. It's not confusion. That's my full responsibility I will elected for to advocate on behalf of the people. And I'm still on the issue.
Thank you,
Minister
Senator.
Pay.
I'm going to stop it right here.
Was dismissed from the government.
Okay, that's part.
Even though the Constitution provides that anybody that is nominated, subsequently appointed by the president, is at the will and pleasure of the president. But equally so, it's a character driven. You can't look at somebody who have built their character over the years and dismissed without giving account to the public. How will you get faced in the public? Then some other field people from Nima youth put on the Facebook, women pay that me, man. You know, used to give you me any other person. But at least you qualify, he's a competent in buying that will recognize by the government. It's a pride. Not what he will give you. These are the messages they permeating all over. We meet, I discuss with them. Even when my brother Tima were nominated before his confirmation, I told them, I said, well, the issue, I'm not happy the way women move. But equally so, I'm a senator and the man who is nominating is on the buy. I cannot stop him. And we went through and supported his confirmation process. He confirmed today. Think why you want to do that? He and I interact on a daily basis. I don't have no problem with him. So all these individuals, Musa Belete is a representative, but he got connected before being representative. He got assets. As soon as we heard that Musa is trying to contest for presidency, all his assets begin to strangulate him out of business.
Yeah. Speak.
I should not talk here as a senator of the country. Why the Sudan Musa is a representative? He wanted so he's my citizen. Exactly. That will address a concern. These are issues that people look here and say, this man want to create problem. One of the crimes I ever committed is to talk about order in the country.
Yeah.
Equal work for equal pay. One of the major crimes I've ever committed in the hands of people they give him money to insult me, to then agree me on the radio, including some journalists.
Yeah, he pays them all.
Garrison Yelu at the GC as chairman, who was legitimately appointed, subsequently confirmed, was sacked unlawfully on job. They took the matter to court and they won the case.
So you're here while he's talking. All right, I'm gonna put this particular video on my page. Okay. Oh, there go Lisa. Oh, look at my babies. Okay, I'm gonna play. This is the last one I'm gonna play for y'all. And then I'm gonna call it a day. Okay, I've been here too long, so I'm gonna go. Been here too long. So I'm gonna go. Okay. This is Koga again. So this mirror have more than that face. Okay. Let me play this. All of y'all know me with when it comes to Koga. Y'all know I was hard on Koga. So long you're not doing the right thing, I will speak. If you're doing the right thing, I will support you. That's the kind of person I am. Okay. I am, I'm just that I'm a judicial person. That's it.
My mother sick. Then the daddy tell me to slap her before he treat her. Not because you supported me. I supported you and you supported me. But when anything is going on in the government that we all supported, I will speak out. Because I was elected to talk on behalf of the people. So I want to make it clear to I will speak later, I will speak Gio. Because I want this thing to resonate everywhere in the market. The rumor getting too much. People pay.
Y'all hold on. I will play this. I will continue playing this. Y'all just give me 1 second. I want to say something. Koga, whenever I get here, you don't need my radio that I can't get radio that. I can't get radio that Nima Kante. I poke I get me no ma. Cannot be no ma. You will vote no be guanze. Let either join my kuno using Gapia audio wa pede one. I can't ma because and journalists or Nima Kante or blue say the son of Flanopia. Thank you. I just wanted to add my voice there. I'm glad that he said he's going to speak. Gil, speak, Gil. Let the people hear what you're saying. Okay, there he goes.
Because I was elected to talk on behalf of the people. So I want to make it clear to I will speak later, I will speak Gil. Because I want this thing to resonate everywhere in the country. The rumor getting too much. People paying people. People that are in authority now are the one that using the coercing them. That anybody that Koga call for meeting, you go there, will sack you. Is that the way we're supposed to treat each other? Is that the way we're supposed to treat each other? Then I talk, people say, I talk as I want to go to errors. My mother sick. Then the daddy tell me to slap her before he treat her. Not because you supported me. I supported you and you supported me. But
so that is that. I have said what I came to say. I'm gonna says Rule Hi. I'm gonna end this up. Jeremiah Kun, the user party, they're all dishing money out. They got money to pay young people, to insult people, to build walls in front of them for their future. So when tomorrow comes, when they're asking people will say, and are you the one who are causing me this way, or for them to pass away young, because we used to the Bible said, every old person, every old woman, you should reverence them as your mother. And an old man reverence them as your father. But the Bible also says, parents, do not provoke your children to anger that they may sin, as much as it says, honor your father and your mother that your day may be long. Okay, that's what they're doing. His children are here in the United States, in Minnesota, on what do you call it, on TikTok, with all the expensive stuff. While you're walking by land, he's giving you, yes, Jeremiah Kun said he does not like educated people because they're too complex. They like to analyze everything. He likes people that when he give order to, they don't have to think about it to do it. So your children are the one that he's using to do that. Thank you, Sis Letty. Okay, that you should do that. So here it is. We want a leader that will bring Liberia together, not just Nima Kante, not just Montserrat. But I wanted to go back to this weekend with Alexander Cummings in Grand Juliet. I want to say to the CDP people, it was very strategic, especially in this moment in time. And I want to say to Mr. Cummings also, it was good that you accepted, because if you're going to be the father of a nation that is broken, of a nation that is deeply divided, of a nation that full of so much hurt and wound and distrust. You have to be open arms, even for those the kids that are insulted you before because they didn't know you. You have to give them an opportunity to get to know you because they were judging you from other people's vantage point. So they have an opportunity to touch you, to feel you, to have a conversation with you, to know who you are, even just on the surface. And they can be a testament of that. Like there will be no miracle, but you will have to avail yourself. Okay. So I want to say thank you for going and speaking to us and speaking to our hearts. This right here, I'm going to leave you with this, and I'm going to play the opening of his speech, and then I'm going to repeat leadership in action, what is happening in Ghana, with John Mahama in real time, going to see what is happening in his country, providing money. Okay. Jeremiah Kun, the UP government can afford to pay people salary upfront, millions of dollars upfront. And they put somebody there, they're paying the people double because of their people, okay? But they can afford to build schools. They can afford to put chairs in. Everything is our partner. They're waiting for United Nations. They're waiting for IMF. They're waiting for this IMF projection. We just saw IMF projection in Senegal that's causing trouble in Senegal with the lies. He says, "Go high." So IMF is the new imperialist. You have no plan. Everything you say IMF. How in hell you're running your country with some organization, a for-profit organization, a price gouging organization, okay, that you've been going to for centuries, and every nation that they have been in have never changed their status, but you owe them more than owe them your land, owe them the future of your nation. Okay. And the question that I always ask, and I will continue to ask, what are you people teaching at LU? The majority of the leadership that have been in Liberia in power in the last 20 years have been mostly from LU, and there's this corrupt LU does not even have an endowment fund. What is that? What is that? Gafwan left power. 2 years later, he was owing 80,000 that he didn't pay and still got confirmed. Koga, I didn't like the way you treated Edith. I didn't like the way you treated Prince Johnson and his bearer. Okay, I think you undid our culture. That was not our culture. We don't display that in the public. We are not Ghanaian. We are not Grebo. We are Nimbadians. We are Giyo. We are Mano. We are Mandingo. We are Pele. We are Basso. We are Kran. That's what we are in the Makante. And each of these tribes that are named, okay, each of these tribes that are named have their own distinct culture and belief and practices. It's what bond us, and that's what also make us unique. And I respect that. Okay? Jeremiah Kun had literally bribed all of the radio stations in Nibakante and causing problems. And we know they're bringing mercenaries in the country. But we are watching y'all, and the world is watching y'all. That drugs where you got in the country. You not hear Jeremiah Kun talk? You not hear? So let me play this video with Alexander Cummings. We need a bridge. We need a unifier. We need someone who is not greedy for money, who knows what it's like to earn money, who knows what it's like to build, to repair, to preserve. Okay, that's what we need. We don't need a little boy or old man who is immature. Okay, we don't need that. Like the nonsense he wrote the other day, he's telling y'all they're not going to create jobs. Those who already got government job, they must give him to the next people. So you government and you me that Wemape you were talking to because of the new narrative they got, Wemape were not giving people money because Wemape they ain't going to go steal to divide it. Your job is to create jobs. That's what you went there for. That's why the Buddha we are out for. Your job is to make sure there's no drug in the street. That's what you promise. Your job is to make sure our little girls are not being raped. Now we got a whole damn rape epidemic, and now you're not talking about it. Your job is to make sure when a Liberian woman goes to the hospital to have a child, that she leaves safely, that she does not have to, in her most vulnerable moment, that she does not have to call around to beg to stay alive. Last week, my sister Ruth is here. This woman was running around to try to find money to keep one Liberian woman alive. I don't know how many died that day because she was bleeding. And now go on that road full time. You are literally like an anaconda that swallow a cow or that's what or boat construction, how we call it. You can't move. You are at the mercy of the doctors when you are in that predicament. That stage that a woman is in to give life to your Liberian men, Liberian children. That stage that we go through. Okay? When I hear people calling the women vagina, women, this woman, the most complex, the most pleasing, the most rewarding, the most important thing God created is the female anatomy, the vagina. It can cause war. It can bring peace. It gives life. And you're sit and your disrespect Liberian women. Your day yesterday. Pour that woman naked and put her outside. We see the UP government grabbing girls, naked women, beating them in the street. But you can't arrest a man who brought, you already got over almost 400,000 Liberians strung up on drugs, who don't have no future, don't even know what the next day will bring. They're just surviving. They're dead. Waka spoke to us on that when he was running. And the tapes are out here. Now he's in the position. Y'all grab Musabilite's son and put him in jail. Y'all hear what Koga said? When I hear people ask, why Mr. Cummings employ people? Mr. Cummings got plenty of businesses in Liberia. He's not going to tell y'all because y'all will try to shut it down. He got schools in Liberia. Instead of telling the man, thank you for bringing the first STEM, which is the future school to Liberia. You say, oh, that Coca-Cola put it there. Coca-Cola know you pay me or know you money. The Coca-Cola bring it there, just get it on the put it there, all that for his work and what he asked them to do when he was retiring. And thought about his country. The men who have never taken a dime for you. But I'm going to close with this tip from Mr. Alexander Cummings' speech. The transcript is available. That's where I'm going to finish with. And I want to say to him, thank you for accepting to go. You also saw Joe Mahama taking a survey. That's leadership. You saw the lawmaker within a particular sector out there talking to people, side by side with her people. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and play this. I'm not going to play 10 minutes of it. I'm going to play just 2 minutes of his speech. You can go and watch it. All right. Here we go.
Movement.
It
speaks not only to the growing strength and maturity of our democracy, but to the perseverance and triumph of a people's movement. A people's movement. The formation of the Congress for Democratic Change was a pivotal moment in the course of our political dispensation. This party of the masses, led by President George Weah, gave voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, and courage to the downtrodden. This party gave sons and daughters of low-income peers an opportunity to serve out of West Point, Newport Town, Claratown, Logan Town, Swedru, and across the nation, key ministers, commissioners, directors, representatives, senators, and a president. This is symbolic of the power and resilience of a people overlooked, underestimated, and treated like outsiders in their own home. I I know that all too well, as I've also been overlooked, underestimated, and treated like an outsider. From a young boy with 3 sisters who grew up in Point 4 in a humble Christian home, a mother who sold women's underwear, and an educator who later became competing in a foreign country and rising to one of the highest positions in a global company valued at over $355 billion. I was overlooked and underestimated when I returned home 10 years ago to serve my country. And I was also called an outsider. I've been labeled arrogant, proud, stuck up, but in fact, I'm just a simple and blessed by God, a young boy from Point 4 who attended demonstration school, became president of my CMA graduating class, got the LBDI, all of these things before my global success. Similarly, with your standard bearer, our former president, a simple man blessed by God, a young talented man from Claratown who played football so well for local teams before his global success, who came back to serve people. That is what this moment is about. Triumph, resilience, perseverance of people overlooked and underestimated.
Thank you, Mr. Cummings. That was a beautiful speech, guys. The transcript is out here, and it is out here. So I think he poured. Thank you, sis. He poured his heart out. I thought he knew his audience. He connected with his audience because majority of it, like I've always told my story. I'm a girl born behind the house on a banana leaf. I'm the girl who mom have to tear her lapa to both have to make a diaper out of. I'm the girl who have to use a lapa as my first cortex per se, or stay home not to go to school. Okay, and I remember the first time I arrived in this country. I remember being in class, especially later on in grad school, that were predominantly white kids or young people, and they were asking this strange question. At some point, because of my accent, some of them didn't even want to be on the team until found out later. To find out when my first presentation was done, I had one professor who was a former Harvard professor that moved and settled here, but he was retired and was teaching part-time at my university. And our first presentation, he called the team because they created the cohort. He called the team and said, oh, and Sonia put something here. He called the team and said, moving forward, if Yacindy is going to be on this cohort with you guys through your class, make sure she either does your opening presentation or does the closing. There's something about her, and I still remember this guy, and he gave me the audacity to even want to go up every time. Okay, he told them, he said, she's not easy to forget. Her accent is beautiful. Okay, she has a strong presence or aura about her. So make sure she's either open, don't suffer in the middle. Okay, because she's not easily forgotten. So make sure she either does the opening or she does the closing. And from there on throughout the class, like every time we had a presentation or we had a project, people wanted me to be on the team. In grad school, especially my second round in grad school, a lot of people didn't know that I had a tech background. So when you talk, especially with white kids, you have accent, they're already whatever, the preconceived notion, most of them will write you off. Today, we're seeing people bragging about African dominating Nigerians, Ghanaians, all of that because of social media. So Mr. Cummings is a small stature person, okay? But he's brilliant. You can't take that away from him. He is brilliant, okay? He is brilliant, okay? He's my big brother, my pops, my mentor, any day, any place, anytime, and I'm particularly proud of him. And he's honest. He's hardworking, okay? He's humble, okay? I am just a little woman from Mempa. I remember when Mr. Cummings 2021 did his tour, no 2020, 2021 did his tour in Nimba. And a lot of people were saying, Mr. Cummings will not go to Mempa. Who there? Mr. Cummings went to my little town with 250 people. He slept there. He ate with them. So when I went back in 2023 to talk to them, they said, you didn't have to say nothing. My uncles then came and said, Nami, there no plan them on there, yeah, them on pleasant about to papa. My people said, the elders in Mempa said, we have voted for our Papa Prince Johnson. Have you ever stopped in this town? Has the president ever stopped in this town? Even our lawmakers, do they stop in this town? The people say no. And in the Makante, my town was the only town that Mr. Cummings won. The people remember him because he remembered them. He went, he ate in the same bowl with them. And majority of my people, some went to school, some didn't go to school, especially the women, they didn't go to school. I always told you, I come from a family where originally my auntie and uncle, my aunt, my mother was the first, and she's self-educated. Women were considered other people's property. That's where the culture dictated. But my mom always told me, go where I didn't reach. Never stop. Go to the pinnacle of things. Speak it true. It does not matter. In the end, people will respect that you spoke it true. I hear y'all go in your media and so, oh yeah, well, Musa Bilete and my brother. He knows where I stand. I'm very clear. Musa, no, I don't buy my tongue. He does not either. And my family respect my decision because they know I don't make decisions lightly. So to say the least, as I say enough, I want to say good night to all of you. Thank you for tuning in. But I want to play this again. John Mahama, Leadership in Action. My leader in action is Alexander Cummings. And somebody will come here and say, maybe that's why you don't like Jeremiah Kun. That's not true. When Jeremiah Kun won the election, there were a lot of people who reached out to me because they know my voice and what price I carry. I am the only Liberian woman who is not in government, who have been tapped by the U.S. Congress twice to speak to the world. Go to the website, I'm there, twice. Without any government connection, just based on my work. I am the only Liberian woman in the Georgia Congress who have a resolution to my name based on my work in Georgia, my contribution. And I can knock my chest on it. I'm a judicial person. I don't take sides because I like certain person. People reach out to me. We reach out to Jeremiah Kun. We say we know this election was very tumultuous. So try to reach out to Liberians all around. Let's come together. The diaspora, you will need them. He didn't want to be bothered. The first time Jeremiah Kun came to America, my husband and his people sent him the invitation. He was here with us. In fact, he brought a message to me from Prince Johnson, offering me money and position. The papa said, anything I want, I will get it. I'm going to leave the war economic crimes alone. So I'm not like you, some of y'all. I'm okay with my job. I'm okay with the money that I make. All my children are grown. How much can one person want? I don't need new clothes. I don't need new jewelry. I don't need new car. I don't need new house. I've been here for almost 30 years. The last two of my kids were born and raised in this house. Literally. How much can one person need? So no, I don't. I want him to be fair to our people. I want him to stop sabotaging the country. I want him to stop paying our young people to destroy their own future while his children are going to college, are going to school, are living well, have air conditioning, got security guard, driving in 40 and 60 and $1 million cars. We didn't hire them to become millionaires. We hire them to solve our problem. We hire them to make our people's lives easier. We hire them so women can die giving birth to Liberians. That our children are not raped and people walk away with LeBron McGill. That our little boys are not getting raped and sodomized. Like Jala, Peter Jala, and walking around with smile on his face. That's not what we hire them for. And divine, every time the budget go up, they increase their own salary. The first thing when the budget go up, they come to the table, the legislature, they get all their cuts. Then after a month or so, they come by and recast. Their funds is guaranteed. Just like SM Brussels. SM Brussels have a guaranteed flight. Like what you see during the war, no matter what killing was going on, SM Brussels has a guaranteed flight. Whether they get passenger, they don't have passenger, they have a guaranteed flight. You know what I mean? They're the one who taking all the wealth out of the country to their country and sharing it. Thank you, Brother Jesse. So, I'm a judicial person. You heard me call out Koga. Some of y'all were sharing for me. Today, you're mad because I'm supporting what he's saying. Jeremiah Kun is sabotaging. He wants Nima people to come to him and beg to him. You want people, he wants to put himself and make himself godfather. The hell, you cannot be a godfather. You are one nephew, oh man. The child cannot be higher than the father. Not higher, but older than the father. The father will always be old, no matter how powerful you become. And that's what our culture dictates. So those of you who got questions for me, when you come on Facebook to ask questions from your assembly, put my name there. Because I told you, I will match every energy. You know, that nonsense y'all used to do here, ANC people, everybody won't be asking pre and proper. People don't want to act. Seneca people don't like intelligent people. Seneca people do not like passive people. Seneca people, most of the time, they are bullies. You must meet them where they are, then bring them up and make them understand. You understand their language. Okay? One thing I will tell you, none of you coming for me are more experienced than me, more traveled than me, more educated than me, and being longer married than me. Okay? I'm my husband's only wife. And I'm the queen in my house. I'm the bee in my house. That's the way it works. I grew up here in Georgia. Ask anybody about me. So anything you want to know about me is available. What you got to say? You got a picture of me? Post it. When you post it, put my number there because your husband then will be calling me too. So you get that means I don't have anything out there. I have absolutely nothing to have. What you see is what you get. That's why when my children, my girls, my son, I talk to them. Come on, mother used to tell me, don't put on your farm roll because you might have to come back there. I'm not a dog. I don't return to my vomit. What I said yesterday, that's what I said. If it's wrong, it was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's wrong tomorrow. It's wrong. Until we find a way to do it where it's right. You're stealing. You see the Ghanaian over there, the Ghana lawmaker in the street, in that ring, in that place. She don't even make $2,500 a month. She goes to serve. You see the president, John Mahama. You see his face. This man, I got 3 more minutes. This man, since he took over, he came prepared. I'm yet to see Bwaka for the 2 years experience. I'm yet to see it in action for sleeping, lying, stealing, drugging our children, and paying people to get on Facebook to run propaganda. That's what they're doing. But we're ready. I'm ready. I want you to know that. So I'm going to end with the John Mahama. Thank you. Ghana people, you made a good decision. You're a great leader. You're doing all he can to make sure the people know that they are important. They sent 3 plane loads to South Africa to evacuate the people. Liberians are still pleading for help. Liberians are still pleading for help to get out of South Africa. And that will make news. This week we made news. because the Liberian Freeport that supposed to bring him millions of dollars for water hydro, fire hydro, that news. So right now, Bill, Thursday that we will talk to, but I will talk to you later. Y'all let me go. Let me play this and go. Those of you who went to Grand Jada, thank you. My daughter Rosa was there. I'm proud of her. And that's one of that's my baby. Love you to the moon and back. Smart, brilliant, honest, a woman of great character, a young lady. You don't find you don't easily find character like Rosa in Liberia. Young girls, young boys are the one who say so. I'm the one who's saying so. Rosa can be somewhere very certain. I call you, ma. She call me. I say, not you. Not you. Go. That child will just tell me, okay, ma, I'll go do it. I say, because the way you carry yourself, anything you post, anything people see, once you see it's on social media, that's the information how it is going. She said, yes, ma. She ain't got to tell me yes. She ain't got to do it. I'm all the way on the side of time, but she respects my advice. And she knows I mean well. And I'm never misunderstood when it comes to her. And she advises me too. When she ready for me again, then when she finished giving her own advice, then she laughed. I think the laughter is to souvenir. So I can say this, but I listen to my children also. I listen to their heart. I listen to, because they have opinion. They have a voice. We should listen to the children, listen to our little girls, listen to our daughter. Sis Ruth, thank you this week for saving that woman's life. Thank you. God bless you. It is sad that a woman who is giving birth to a Liberian child have to beg to stay alive for $150. But the vice president can afford to have people on payroll. That the president and his team can afford to pay millions of dollars, double, to take people off the job and put their people on there. It's like that free money, they just divide it. They can do that. That's sad. My time is over. Let's see where John Mahama is. So my heart go out to the people of Ghana. Here it is. So again, that was John Mahama. I'm going to say good night to all of you. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you Thursday night. I believe, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I would like to have a guest on Thursday night. There is a guy who does drug counseling. I think it's time for us to talk about the damage, what this does to the minds of the young people and what it's going to cost Liberia in the long haul. Okay, so I think I'm going to have him here on Saturday, on Thursday, so we can have that conversation. That said, I want to say thank you to all of you for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and pull my, I want to pull my my YouTube so I can have that at the end to the rest of my. Yeah, I didn't pull it up when I was up here, so I'm going to pull it up so I'm able to copy it and use it, because I usually post it, because y'all know YouTube usually not YouTube, but the new Facebook, they can delete your stuff. Okay, here we go. Now I am done. I will say good night. I was supposed to be here for 1 hour, but I've been here for 2 hours. I'll thank you for hanging out with me. Okay. God bless. Let's go ahead and do this. Why is this? Why is that error? Okay, here it is. Good night, everyone.